All right, hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Power Sports Memorabilia Show. I'm your host, Matt Powers. Thank you again for joining me. Please visit the website, powersportsmemorabilia.com. And also give me a follow over there on Instagram, at Powers Autographs. We're back in the studio here again. I've got some better display in the background for everybody today. We got some Rams helmets in, Stafford and Cooper Cup. Yeah, it was a good Super Bowl. I'm one of those people that's bummed that the Bengals did not win the Super Bowl. If the Bengals had won and Joe Burrow was the Super Bowl MVP, I probably could have gone to Hawaii like 10 times this year. So it's just better for business if the Bengals would have won. But hey, that's the way things go. You have some great years where stuff really kind of pans out, like the 2016 Cubs. And then you got some years like this where the Rams win and they're just not as big as if Burrow would have won. So anyway, I posted a video similar to this one on Instagram here, but this one's going to kind of be a little bit more in depth on it. And it's in regards to how to get a PSA 10 auto when we're sending our cards in for encapsulation. All right. Now we're going to talk about today here is, what does PSA look for in a 10 auto? How do we set ourselves up to get that 10 auto? What are some things that we can do to better put ourselves in a good position to do that? And is it better to have a card signed in a color that, almost guarantees that PSA 10, or should we kind of get a little risky and find a color, that pops and maybe something that's a little bit different out there that, kind of suits our taste? Which one's better? And also, we're going to be talking about, is it even necessary to grade the auto? Some people don't even do that at all. Some people don't even know you can do that. Does that even actually add value to your cards? So we're going to talk about all that today as I go through a stack of cards here that I'm going to be sending off to PSA. I'm going to talk about kind of some things that I should have done better, give you some tips on how to get that 10 auto, and then I'll talk about the ones that I'm going to be submitting for a 10 auto grade, hopefully, or an auto grade, and then also the ones that I'm not going to be submitting for grading the auto, all right? So let's go ahead and jump on over to the computer here and take a look at some of these cards. All right, let's take a look at some of these cards that I'm going to be submitting to PSA, kind of some things that I could have done better and some things that I did pretty good, and give you some tips on getting that 10 auto here, all right? So, Hunter Renfrow items here. Here's a funny one. Same exact pen, okay? These are signed back-to-back here, and then you can see which one's going to be better here. So obviously this one's the better one here. So again, sometimes with the pens, it's like, it's not necessarily the, promoter or the athlete's fault. Sometimes the pen just sucks. But anyway, this one I will not be submitting for a 10 auto grade. You can see why. It's got the little spots here in the autograph, little bubbles up, or whatever you want to call those. So will not be doing this one for a 10 auto, okay? All right, this one looks pretty solid, right? You would think this would probably get a 10 auto. Well, one of the things that PSA looks for is the autograph touching the edge of the card. And you can see this one is, it's pretty close. I definitely think it's probably touching the autograph there, touching the edge of the card. So I will not be getting this one for a 10-0, unfortunately. It's just not going to be worth the 10 extra bucks that PSA is going to charge to get like let's say a 9, right? I'd rather have it say authentic on the slab than have it be a 9. Like, it's like 10 or all the way. For me, that's just for me. I think having a 9 auto really doesn't add any value to it. But again, that's just me. I'd rather have it just say authentic on that one. All right, Amanda Nunez here. Again, let's talk about pen choices here. Now, blue Sharpie, if you're wanting to get a guaranteed 10 autograph, like blue Sharpie is your best bet. It's just a very consistent pen. It dries fast. It doesn't streak most of the times. It doesn't skip. This autograph right here, I would consider this one to be a PSA 10 or PSA 10 auto. I mean, look at that one. It's just, there's no issues with it. There's no streaking. There's no touching the edge of the card. There's no skips, stops. I mean, it's just a nice, smooth, flowing autograph. That's what you're looking for. This, in my opinion, would be a 10 auto. All right. Now, this again, same thing here. Blue Sharpie, again, very consistent color. This is a 10 auto. So these two I would probably do for the auto grade, all right? Next one here, okay, I did this optic to 10 here. This is a cool card. I was just scrolling around and found this one, and I was like, I really dig this gold stuff. But anyway, so this one, I could have done a blue Sharpie on it and probably gotten a 10 on it. Probably, if you saw the other two, most likely, right? But I like to change it up a little bit and get different colors that I think are gonna pop and stand out a little bit better. And I would, if you're a collector, or even if you're selling stuff, like I would find a color that really stands out that you like, that works well for a card, and go with that. Like, yes, getting the 10 auto is going to be great, and it adds value to it. It definitely does, but sometimes you just got to kind of go for it and kind of try something a little bit different. Now, this one I do not think will be a 10 auto. It's got a little streak here at the end, and a little bit at the top here. I would, if I was a PSA and grading this card, of grading the autograph here, I personally would not give it a 10. So this one I probably will not do for auto grading. But again, I think the white looks pretty good. It didn't pop as much as I was hoping for. Blue Sharpie probably will look good in this too. Again, I just get so bored doing blue Sharpie. I don't know about you guys, but I get so bored looking at blue Sharpie all the time. So I just like to do something different here. But again, this is a cool one here. This is a 10. So nice little card here. All right, next one, Posey. These ones I was kind of disappointed with. This is the 2010 Topps refractor. And so Posey, another thing you got to think about too is the athlete and how hard they push down on the pen, all that kind of stuff. And I know that's kind of really kind of going deep into the weeds here. But like Mariano Rivera, that guy knows how to use a pen. Like every autograph from Mariano Rivera seems to be a 10. Buster Posey is probably not going to be one of those guys. He just doesn't push hard on the pen. He doesn't do, I don't know. He just doesn't do as big. I was hoping he was going to do a bigger autograph on this one too. But I went with the white paint, and you can see there's just some sort of issues here where he kind of like just doesn't push down real hard. And it's just the way it goes. It looks okay. Orange would have been okay too. Retrospect, I just sent another one of these to get signed. I'm going to do the blue Sharpie on this one. I think it's just going to look better. And blue Sharpie for Buster Posey is probably a better pen choice for him and his autograph style. All right, you can see another second option here. Again, same thing. The white just I don't know. It didn't work for me on this one. Orange probably would have been a better choice. Again, blue Sharpie probably would have been a guaranteed 10 auto. But again, you got to try different stuff. Don't be afraid to screw up, make mistakes, or sometimes you just don't know until it gets on a card. I mean, just sometimes you can do the penny sleeve where you write on the penny sleeve and put it over there and it looks good, but sometimes you just don't know until the athlete actually signs it and how hard they push down there and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, this one will not be doing a auto grade on that one. All right, Ben Wallace here. Interesting ones here. This one, look at that beautiful one. Perfect autograph there. This one, no issues with this one. This one, I would definitely auto grade on that one. Now these ones look great, right? I got what, 1, 2, 3, 4 of these guys here. But Ben, he took up the whole card and went to the edge of the card. Now, depending on who your grader is at PSA, some of these are kind of close. Like one of them is closer, I think. But I probably wouldn't choose to do this. It's Ben Wallace. It's not a super expensive autograph, so I don't think adding a 10 value is really a whole bunch on there. As far as adding to the value to the end customer. It's not like it's, Tom Brady or something like that, or Michael Jordan, obviously. I mean, obviously he's a Hall of Famer, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that, but he's just not as popular as some of these other guys. So this one I probably will not be doing a 10 or auto grade on that one. This one, definitely no, he took up the whole card again on that one, which, I mean, that's fine. This one's close. Oh man, it's so close. Like, oh, right there it touches it there, so that probably I would not do it. But again, he's got a nice autograph. What a beautiful autograph. It just flows well. Man, very nice. All right, now, Terry Bradshaw here. He's got really kind of a stacky kind of autograph here. That's just really smushed together. I was going to do a white paint on here, but I went back and forth on it for a little bit, and then I changed my mind. The reason why I changed my mind is Terry's got such a block kind of autograph together here. And if you do a paint pen, that ink kind of comes out a little quicker than I would say like a blue Sharpie does. I don't know if quicker is the right word, but it just kind of, it takes longer to dry. So his autograph is going to kind of mush together. It's not going to be as clean as when a Sharpie is on there. So I went with the blue Sharpie. This is a perfect spot, actually. Didn't cover his face up, didn't cover his name up. I was going to go down here over the Steelers here, but that's nice. It actually turned out really well. This would be a 10 auto, in my opinion. I don't know. I think this is a really, really sharp card here. I've also been getting the hologram on the back, too, now. I don't know. I've gone back and forth on that too, but I like having the extra authentication on there. And also too, these ones I haven't really decided on just yet here, but when you submit to PSA, you can do the trading card slab, which is like their $15, $20 slab where it just says trading card on the top, or you can do the actual PSA slab where PSA actually authenticates the card and says that yes, this is a real card. That's $120 right now. Terry Bradshaw might makes sense to do the $120 slab, all right? But like Ben Wallace, I mean, these are probably going to go in the trading card slab, 100%. Posey, trading card slab. Nunes, trading card slab. Renfro, trading card slab. Listen, I know people don't like the trading card slab, but I'm not. It's a freaking 10x difference, like, or 5x. I mean, $25 to $120. I mean, that's just to put this card in the slab. It just doesn't make any sense financially enough. If you're selling stuff now, if you're doing it for your collection, you do whatever you want. But obviously, I'm going to be selling these. I think Terry Bradshaw's probably the only one that I'm going to put in an actual PSA slab. So, anyway, hopefully this helps you guys out. You know, getting that 10 auto. Again, if you want that 10 auto, blue Sharpie is the way to go. It's just a very consistent color. I would use it all the time. If you want to get a little more risky and, you know, try some different stuff, then paint pen is probably you know, another a good option for that. It's just a very inconsistent color though, or sorry, inconsistent pen when compared to the Sharpie, but it looks good. You get some ones that really pop and you find one that you really like and it works out really, really well. I would definitely do that. One other tip too I would think about when you're trying to get that 10 auto is the location of the autograph. Now, Hunter Renfroe gave a beautiful autograph on this one, but it's a small area to sign. So to say that, you know, it's his fault that he ran up on the edge of the card, like, I didn't give him much room here. Like, I could have had him sign over flawless, but I didn't want to cover that up there. So one thing to think about too is when you're getting your cards autographed is how much space does the athlete have to sign? You know, these ones, obviously tons of space here, but there's little tiny flawless ones here. Like, there's just not a bunch of room to put an autograph on there. You don't want to obviously cover up any of the numbers here. Nunes here, this is one that she has a decent amount of space, probably more so than Renfroe had there. And so just something to keep in mind, just to make sure that you give the athlete enough room to sign that item. But if you want to guarantee yourself or get close to guaranteeing yourself a PSA 10 auto, I would do blue Sharpie in a nice big spot for the athlete so they don't run up against the edge of the card. That's the best option to do. Now, what you do from there is up to you, but anyway, hopefully this helped you guys out. Again, don't forget to visit the website, powersportsmemorabilia.com. Also, can be followed there on Instagram at Powers Autographs. If you like these videos, like, share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Always appreciate it. See you guys on the next episode.